There was an old king before now in Erin, and a sister of his, whose name was Maob, had 3 sons. The eldest of them was Fergus, the middlemost log and laid, and the youngest one Conall. He thought he would make an heir of the eldest one, Fergus. He gave him the schooling of the son of a king and a reitery, and when he was satisfied with school and learning, he brought him home to the palace. Said the king, "I have passed this year well, the end of the year is coming now, and trouble and care are coming on with it." "What trouble or care is coming on thee?" said the young man. "The vassals of the country are coming to reckon with me today. Thou hast no need to be in trouble. It is proclaimed that I am the young heir, and it is set down in papers and in letters in each end of the realm. I will build a fine castle in front of the palace for thee. I will get carpenters and stonemasons and smiths to build that castle." "Is that thy thought, son of my sister?" said the king. "Thou hadst neither claim nor right to the realm unless I myself had chosen to give it to thee with my own free will. Thou wilt not see thyself handling Erin till I go first under the mold." "There will be a day of battle and combat before I let this go on," said the young man. He went away, and he sailed to Alba. A message was sent up to the king of Alba that the young king of Erin was come to Alba to see him. He was taken up on the deadly points. Meat was set in the place for eating, drink in the place for drinking, and music in the place for hearing, and they were plying the feast and the company. "O young king of Erin," said the king of Alba, "it was not without the beginning of some matter that thou art come to Alba. I should not wish to let out the knowledge of my matter till I should first know whether I may get it. There came a word with trouble between me and my mother's brother. It was proclaimed out that I was king of Erin, and he said to me that I should have nothing to do with anything till a clod should first go on him. I wish to stand my right, and to get help from thee." "I will give thee that," said the king, 300 swift heroes, 300 brave heroes, 300 full heroes, and that is not bad helping. I am without a chief over them, and I am as ill off as I was before, but I have another small request, and if I might get it, I would wish to let it out." "Anything I have that I can part from, thou shalt get it," said the king. "But the thing I have not, I cannot give it to thee. Let out thy speech, and thou shalt have it. It is Boinbret, thy son, at their head. My torture to thee, had I not promised him to thee, thou hadst not got him. But there were not born in Alba, nor in Erin, nor in Sassoon, nor in any one place, those who would gain victory over my son if they keep to fair play. If my son does not come back as be went, the word of an Arianak is never again to be taken, for it is by treachery he will be overcome." They went away on the morrow, and they sailed to the king of Sassoon. A message went up to the king of Sassoon that the young king of Erin had come to the place. The king of Sassoon took out to meet him. He was taken up on the deadly points. Music was raised and lament laid down in the palace of the king of Sassoon. Meat was set in the place for eating, drink in the place for drinking, music in the place of hearing, and they were plying the feast and the company with joy and pleasure of mind. "O young king of Erin," said the king of Sassoon, "it is not without the end of a matter that thou art come here. I got the schooling of the son of a king and a redera. My mother's brother took me home. He began to speak about the vassals of the country and the people of the realm, that care and trouble were on him, and that he had rather the end of the year had not come at all. Said I to him, I will build thee a palace, so that thou shalt have but to wash thy face and stretch thy feet in thy shoes. Said he, My sister's son, thou hadst no right to the realm, and thou gettest it not till a clod goes on me in spite of everything. Said I, there will be a day of battle and combat between thee and me, before the matter is so. I went away, I took my ship, I took a skipper with me, and I sailed to Alba. I reached Alba, and I got 300 swift heroes, 300 brave heroes, and 300 full heroes. Now I am come to thee to see what help thou wilt give me. I will give thee as many more, and a hero at their head, said the king of Sassoon. They went away, and they sailed to Erin. They went on shore on a crag in Erin, and the name of Carrig Fergus is on that rock still. He reached the king. Brother of my mother, art thou now ready? Well then, Fergus, though I said that, I thought thou wouldst not take anger, but I have not gathered my lot of people yet. That is no answer for me. Thou hast Erin under thy rule. I am here with my men, and I have neither place nor meat nor drink for them. Ooh, said the king, the storehouses of Erin are open beneath thee, and I will go away and gather my people. He went away. He went all round Erin. He came to a place which they called Anteubar. Nuri. There was but one man in Ubar who was called Goiblin Goba, Goivlan Smith. He thought to go in, for thirst was on him, and that he would quench his thirst and breathe a while. He went in. There was within but the smith's daughter. She brought him a chair in which he might sit. He asked for a drink. The smith's daughter did not know what she should do, for the smith had but one cow, which was called the Glas Goiblean, Grey Goivlan. With the vessel he had for the milk of the cow. 3 times in the day it would go beneath the cow. 3 times in the day thirst would be on him, and he would drink the vessel each time, and unless the daughter had the vessel full, she was not to get off. She was afraid when the king asked for a drink that unless she had the vessel full, her head would be taken off. It was so that she thought the vessel should be set before the king at all hazards. She brought down the vessel and she set it before him. He drank a draught, he took out the 4th part, and he left 3/4 in it. I would rather you should take it out altogether than leave it. My father has made an oath that unless I have the vessel full, I have but to die. Well then, said the king, it is a spell of my spells to leave the vessel as full as it was before. He set the vessel on the board, he struck his palm on it, and he struck off as much as was above the milk, and the vessel was full, and before he went away, the girl was his own. Now thou art going, O king of Erin, and I am shamed. What wilt thou leave with me? I would give thee 1,000 of each hue, 1,000 of each kind, 1,000 of each creature. What should I do with that? For I wilt not find salt in Erin to salt them. I would give thee glens and high moors to feed them from year to year. What should I do with that? For if Fergus should kill you, he will take it from me, unless I have it with writing, and a drop of blood to bind it. I am in haste this night, but go tomorrow to the camp to Croc Maul Nam Mook, said the king, and he left his blessing with her. Her father came. Far from thee be it, my daughter. I think that a stranger has been to see thee here this day. How dost thou know that? Thou hadst a maiden's slow eyelash when I went out, thou hast the brisk eyelash of a wife now. Whom wouldst thou rather had been here? I never saw the man I would rather be here than the king of Erin. Well, it was he. He left me 1,000 of each hue, 1,000 of each kind, 1,000 of each creature. Said she. What, said I, shall I do with them, as I cannot get in Erin as much salt as will salt them? Said he, I would give thee glens and high moors to feed them from year to year. What shall I do if Fergus should kill you? I will not get them. He said, I should have writing and a drop of his own blood to bind it. They slept that night as they were. If it was early that the day came, it was earlier that the smith arose. Come, daughter, and let us be going. She went herself and the smith, and they reached the king in his camp. Wert thou not in the Ubhar yesterday? Said the smith to the king. I was, and hast thou mind of thy words to the girl? I have, but the battle will not be till tomorrow. I will give thee, as I said to the girl, but leave her. The smith got that, and he went away. That night, when she had slept a while, she awoke, for she had seen a dream. Art thou waking? I am. What wilt thou with me? I saw a dream there, a shoot of fur growing from the heart of the king, one from my own heart, and they were twining about each other. That is our babe son. They slept, and it was not long till she saw the next dream. Art thou waking, king of Erin? I am. What wilt thou with me? I saw another dream. Fergus coming down and taking the head and the neck out of me. That is, Fergus killing me, and taking out my head and neck. She slept again, and she saw another dream. Art thou sleeping, king of Erin? I am not. What wilt thou with me now? I saw Erin from side to side and from end to end, covered with sheaves of barley and oats. There came a blast of wind from the east, from the west, from the north. Every tree was swept away, and no more of them were seen. Fergus will kill me, and he will take the head and neck out of me. As quickly as ever thou didst, anything, seize my set of arms and keep them. A baby boy is begotten between thee and me. Thou shalt suckle and nurse him, and thou shalt set him in order. Keep the arms. When thou seest that he has speech and can help himself, thou shalt send him away through the world a wandering, till he find out who he is. He will get to be king over Erin. His son will be king over Erin. His grandson will be king over Erin. His race will be kings over Erin till it reaches the 9th knee. A child will be born from that one. A farmer will come in with a fish. He will cook the fish. A bone will stick in his throat, and he will be choked. Mauve, the king's sister, the mother of Fergus, had 2 other sons, and the battle was to be on the morrow. La and Lade and Conall, and La and Lade was the eldest. Whether, said La and Lade, shall we be with our mother's brother, or with Fergus? I know not. If our mother's brother wins and we are with Fergus, it is a stone in our shoe forever. But if Fergus wins, he will turn his back to us because we were on the other side. Well then it is not thus it shall be, but be thou with Fergus and I will be with our mother's brother. It shall not be so, we will leave it to our mother. Were I a man, said Maub, I would set the field with my own brother. Well then I will be with Fergus, said Loch and Lade, and be thou with Fergus, O Conall. Fergus went to Fionn. He blessed him in calm, soft words. Fionn blessed him in better words, and if no better, they were no worse. I heard that there was a day of battle and combat between thyself and thy mother's brother, said he. That is to be, and I came to you for help. It is but bold for me to go against thy mother's brother, since it was on his land that I got my keep. If thy mother's brother should win, we shall get neither furrow nor clod of the land of Erin as long as we live. I will do thus. I will not strike a blow with thee, and I will not strike a blow against thee. Fergus went home on the morrow, and they set in order for the battle. The king's company was on one side, and the company of Fergus on the other. Fergus had no Gaisgich heroes, but Boyne Brett and his company, the great Saxon hero and his company, and La and Laid. Boyne Brett drew out to the skirt of the company. He put on his harness of battle and hard combat. He set his silken netted coat above his surety shirt, a booming shield on his left side. How many deaths were in his tanned sheath? He strode out on the stern steps like a sudden blaze. Each pace he put from him was less than a hill, and greater than a knoll on the mountainside. He turned on them, cloven and cringing. 3 ranks would he drive of them, dashing them from their shields to their blood and their flesh in the skies. Would he not leave one to tell the tale or report bad news, to put in a land of holes or a shelf of rock? There was one little one-eyed russet man, one-eyed and on one knee and one-handed. Thou shalt not be to tell a tale of me. He went and he took his head off. Then Boyne Brett shunned the fight and he took his armor off. Go down, Fergus, and take off the head of thy mother's brother, or I will take it off. Fergus went down, he caught hold of his mother's brother, and he took his head off. The smith's daughter went to the arms, and she took them with her. Log and Lade kept on his armor. When he saw Fergus going to take off the head of his mother's brother, he took a frenzy. Law and Lade went about the hill to try if he could see Boyne Brett, who was unarmed. Boyne Brett thought that man was drunk with battle. He thought that he would turn on the other side of the hill to try if he could come to his own place. Log and Lade turned on the other side against him. He thought to turn again to try if the battle frenzy would abate. The third time he said he would not turn for all who were in Albuin or Iron or Sassoon. It is strange, thou man, that wert with me throughout the battle to be against me. I will not believe but that thou hast taken the drunkenness of battle, said Boyne Brett. I am quite beside myself. Well then, said he, though I am unarmed and thou under arms, remember that thou art no more to me than what I can hold between these 2 fingers. I will not be a traitor to thee. There behind thee are 3 of the best heroes in Albuin or Erin or Sassoon. He gave a turn to see the 3 heroes, and when he turned, Log and Lay struck off his head. My torture, said Fergus, I had rather my own head were there. An Arianac is not to be taken at his word as long as a man shall live. It is a stone in thy shoe every day forever, and a pinch of the land of Erin thou shalt not have. Loch and Lade went away, and he went to the mountain. He made a castle for himself there, and he stayed in it. Check back for part 2. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. If you're feeling extra generous, I have 2 books on Amazon, The Mothman Reborn and How to Make a Monster, The Slenderfoot Story.